Welcome to Vulnerable Relationships.
I 27 female and my boyfriend 29 male share a 2-bedroom townhouse together. It's small but good enough for 2 people just starting out. After I got home from work today, my boyfriend lets me know he told his friend it's okay for him to move in with us until he gets back on his feet. He also let me know he told his friend he didn't have to pay anything towards bills. I currently pay 80% of the bills in the house and I suggest that he at least put money towards the groceries as adding another adult will change the weekly budget. But then he lets me know that his friend's 4 kids will be coming to stay every other weekend. In our small 2-bedroom townhouse, mind you. So I explained to my boyfriend that this greatly impacts our privacy. I explained as a nurse working 12 to 16 hours days, I like to come home and rest and I value my home being a quiet place to relax. I also want to add that his friend is not homeless. He does have a place with roommates. He just doesn't like them. And he also makes more money than I do. So AITA for not wanting him and his kids to move to our place.
Comments.
Comment 1. NTA, your boyfriend wants to have his friends stay but contribute nothing. Despite having the means to do so. And he also wants the friends' children to stay 2 weeks a month. 4 of them. In a 2-bedroom house with both rooms occupied. How long before you get thrown out of your room for them? Or left to babysit them? Feed them? This situation is gonna end in tears and serious fighting. You need to sit your boyfriend down and have a serious discussion about this. OP replies. He tried to justify it as he would be saving to move into a new place to leave faster. I told him no when he asked and he said I was being selfish. I feel like I'm putting up my boundaries and wanting my personal space respected. Comment 2. Someone moving into your home is a 2 yes, 1 no situation. Either both people are on board or it does not happen. Anyone who does not want someone to move in has full veto power. If your partner wants to be able to invite people to stay without consulting anyone, he should get a place of his own and then he could do that. My no would be non-negotiable and I wouldn't even spend time entertaining arguments about it. The discussion would center around what made you think you could tell this person they could move into our home without consulting me first. For me, this would honestly be a crossroads in the relationship. I would be seriously reconsidering whether I can be in a relationship where the other person doesn't respect me enough to consider or consult me in major life decisions that affect me. The only way I would stick around is if he were genuinely apologetic, and if he accepted the responsibility of telling his friend, no, and that he shouldn't have offered it all without blaming me or guilting me. And I highly doubt that would happen. Also, why are you paying 80% of the bills? Sounds to me like he doesn't appreciate his own practically free ride and is offering it to others on a whim. I'd shut that down. Comment 3. NTA. This is absurd. Each detail you've given makes it even more ridiculous. Your boyfriend and his friend need to get a place together. OP replies. Well, that was my exact thoughts. If my input doesn't matter in the home, then I'll find a new home where my input is the only one. He just made me feel horrible for saying no and being mad about it, so I had to make sure I didn't seem like an a-hole for saying no. Comment 4. The fact that he dared to be mad about it shouldn't be making you question yourself. It should be confirmation that he doesn't respect you. You should be angry at him for offering without even consulting you. Yeah, I know Reddit always says don't say this, but I'd end it. Comment 5. NTA, I'm confused as to why you would think you're the a-hole. It's nice to help out your friend who's going through a rough patch, but if you're paying 80% of the bills, then it's your house. The fact that your boyfriend didn't even think to ask you before telling his friend that he could move in and have his 4 kids stay every weekend is insane. And his friend isn't even going through a rough patch. He could get a motel or something if things are that unbearable at home, or at least offer to pay half your rent since he'd be taking up half the house. Also, if your boyfriend's friend thinks that 1 bedroom in a 2-bedroom townhouse is a suitable place to house his 4 children regularly, then he probably shouldn't have any custody of them. Are they going to sleep on the floor? That's so unfair on those kids. Your boyfriend is an a-hole, and possibly gaslighting you if you honestly think you might be an a-hole for not agreeing to this, to be honest. And your boyfriend's friend is an a-hole too, for even considering asking his 4 children to sleep in some random person's small house on the floor regularly. OP replies. Well, at first I didn't think I was the a-hole, and then after being told how horrible it was, I wasn't willing to be more flexible, and sounding rude for not wanting to give up being able to relax after work, I felt bad and kinda selfish. Update. I've read all your comments. I know I'm a horrible people pleaser, and my love language is to take care of people, and oftentimes it's taken advantage of. I currently live 5.5 hours away from my family, and I didn't want them to worry by telling them what was going on. But I decided last night to call my sister and mom. I decided it's a blessing that he found someone to move in with because now he has someone to help him pay bills, as mom said, so I can move out and not feel guilty you could end up homeless. I found a friend to stay with for 2 weeks. I'm going to put in my notice at work, then I'm going to be moving home. My parents are more than happy for me to come back for the time being. At one point, it was hard to leave because everything was in my name, water, internet, and everything had to be paid off before I was able to take my name off of these. Believe me, I've tried to leave more than once, but being 5.5 hours from your friends and family makes it hard to ask for help because you don't want them to worry. My mom and dad are going to help me get everything taken out of my name. I know I'm an adult, but the only other place I rented was all included, so I have no idea how to get my name off of things, but no time like the present to learn.
Thanks for watching the video. Please consider leaving a like and subscribing. See you in the next video.